The Detroit Lions have made a signing today, signing former Texan, former Eagle, former Bronco, former a couple teams, linebacker Zach Cunningham. And this is suspected to be, and I've seen this reporting from local media too, so I'm going based off their reporting, after the whole Anzalone holding out due to probably contractual reasons, they sign another linebacker. So the question is, A, who is Zach Cunningham? And B, what's going on with Alex Anzalone, the veteran linebacker for the Lions? And what I could tell you about Zach Cunningham is in his career, although he's been a part of different teams, what I've read about him with the Broncos is he was the leader in the locker room. That's what he was. And when you look back at his days with the Texans, that's when he was a really good linebacker. He was there his first 5 years in the NFL, and he was incredible. I mean, he had 100-plus tackles 3 straight times. So he was a tackling machine, made plays for the Texans, and then he went to the Titans. Then he went to Philly for a year in 2023, had 85 tackles with them, and then played 7 games for the Broncos last year and just didn't really he wasn't really involved that much. So is this a game-breaking signing? No. But what it is depth at linebacker. And to be honest with you, what do I think about this whole Alex Anzalone thing? I think it's fair on his part because I tend to side with players when it comes to contract stuff because especially Anzalone, I mean, he's not getting any younger. So for Anzalone, seeing all these linebackers getting paid, I think it's fair for him to say, well, I want my piece of the pie too, right? Especially the Lions players. All these guys are getting bags and getting paid that are valuable to the team having success. Well, what about me? You know, last year when I wasn't in the lineup, you saw what happened. You know, and obviously there was a lot more players that weren't in the lineup, but you saw the impact Anzalone had when he came back into the lineup, especially that game against Minnesota to end the year. You know Anzalone's value. So the question is, well, how is this going to end? Is he going to get paid? Is he not going to get paid? What's going to go on with this Anzalone stuff? Now, what I will tell you is this. Do I know if he's going to get paid or not? I don't. What do I suspect will happen? I think he gets paid ultimately. And, you know, he just saw Derek Barnes get $8 million a year. So if I'm Anzalone, I want $10 million. That's just probably where I'm around $10 million. Now, the years to me are really what's going to matter because this is my take, and bear with me. If I'm Brad Holmes, I'm looking at Anzalone and I'm saying, you know what, Alex, you're very valuable. You're still playing high-level football. I want to re-sign you, but it's not going to be for any longer than 1 to 2 years because we drafted Jack Campbell to be exactly what you are, which is a very good linebacker. We took this man in the first round to be our best linebacker, to be our play caller, to be our Mike, to be that guy. That's what Jack Campbell's supposed to be this year, right? The future Pro Bowler, rack up accolades, be one of the most young, one of the best young up and coming linebackers. That's what Jack Campbell's supposed to be. So if I'm Brad, why would I give a big contract to Anzalone when I have to pay Aiden Hutchinson, Sam Laporta, all these guys, Brian Branch, right? And if you want to keep Jameson Williams, all these guys, Jahmyr Gibbs, all these guys that you have to re-sign. Jack Campbell eventually, by the way, that you're going to have to re-sign. So from a business standpoint, you want to bring him back, but at what cost and what terms? How many years is the contract going to be? That's really where I'm coming from with it. I would sign Anzalone to a short-term deal. If he wants any longer, then maybe we could trade you and you could go somewhere where they'll pay you. That's just how I would approach it. And I'm curious how the Lions approach it because you don't want to give Anzalone LB1 money for a long period of time when you have Jack, who's probably going to be your best linebacker as early as next year. It just doesn't make sense financially. You'd rather allocate that $10 million to someone like a Sam Laporta at some point, who's probably half his salary is the $10 million, you know, or Brian Branch, which is probably half his salary. You know, it's just how it is. So that's where I'm coming from with it, guys. I like Anzo. I love Anzo, my fellow Italian. I want to re-sign him. It just depends on the terms and the amount of years. That's what it's going to come down to for me because I don't think he asked for a lot. But if he does want long-term security, I don't think it's going to be here in Detroit. So that's where I'm coming from. Let me know what you guys think of it. Again, like Zach Cunningham, he's fine. He's linebacker depth. But this whole Anzalone thing, I'm curious what the resolution is. I think he gets paid, but I wonder how it's going to be constructed. Maybe you give his money up front. I don't know. Who knows? Comment down below. Let me know your thoughts. We'll be live tonight, 8 to 10 p.m. Follow us on all social media platforms to stay updated with Detroit sports and really just sports news in general. And I will catch you guys in the live show tonight. But until then, I will catch you. Hey, what's going on there? It's Jeff Iafrate. Appreciate you for finishing the video. You can check out one of the videos here suggested or show support by commenting, liking, and subscribing. And buy your merchandise, officialctsports.com.